Hi, this is Radar Roy from RadarBusters.com. This video is the final segment in our three-part series on Escort Live. In Part 1 and Part 2, we discussed the basics, like how to install Escort Live, the map features, marking locations, and the basic programming functions. During this final segment, we will review the advanced programming for your radar detector, which you can do through the Escort Live app. If you've not watched our first two videos, I recommend you do that now, prior to watching this video. And you could do that now by clicking on any of the two buttons on the right hand side of this video. So let's get started on part 3 of our series, how to program your detector using Escort Live. Now during this video I'll be programming a Passport Max2 with an iPhone. Many of the program features I'll be sharing with you will be the same as the other Escort and Beltronic radar detectors, with a few exceptions. To access the programming menu through your Escort Live interface, press the blue gear button on the bottom right and then radar settings. As you can see here on this screen, there are a lot of options when it comes to programming your detector. The first is sensitivity. You have 3 options here: auto, auto no X, and highway. X-band is an older radar band, and it's also a very noisy band, as this band is shared with many other devices, which causes false alerts. Thankfully, real police encounters on this band are extremely rare here in the U.S., as most police agencies have upgraded their equipment years ago. However, New Jersey State Police is the only police agency in the U.S. that still has an open contract for X-band radar guns. And there have been numerous reports from users that these X-band radar guns are still being used on the Garden State Parkway and the southern part of the state. Because of this, if you're in New Jersey, you may want to consider keeping X-band activated. However, if you're anywhere else, select Auto No X. Now another nice feature of Auto Mode is that your detector will automatically adjust its settings based on your speed through the GPS. Example: you pull into a Walmart parking lot, and your speed is less than 20 miles per hour. Your detector will sense this and turn down the sensitivity and mute the alert so you're not blasted by all those automatic door openers. Now when you leave Walmart and you pull onto the highway, your detector will notice the increase in speed and adjust the sensitivity accordingly. Next, we have the brightness settings for your detector. Here you can select dark, minimum, medium, maximum, and auto. I recommend you go through these and select a setting that is just right for you. Now the next option is pilot mode. The Max, the Max2, and the Passport have a scanning bar that some people find annoying while driving, and in this setting you can turn that off. Now below this we have meter mode with 4 options: standard, expert meter, spec display, and simple. Standard is the basic setting. Expert meter will display multiple bogey alerts with the band displayed. Spec display will display the strongest signal with the exact frequency of that alert. And simple will just give a simple warning like caution or warning. My personal preference is expert meter, so I can see how many bogeys are in the area with the band displayed. The auto mute setting will either keep your alert tone constant or auto muted in a few seconds after the detector alerts. Audio tones enables you to select the standard alert or to one of a more milder one. Now if you have one of Escort's older ZR3 laser shifters, you can interface it with your radar detector here. But as a side note, if you do own a ZR3, you may want to consider upgrading. This is because you cannot update the firmware of the laser jammer, and since it was manufactured several years ago, it will not jam the newer police laser guns. Now the voice menu will enable you to turn voice alerts on or off. The auto power menu will enable you to select the powering down of your radar detector automatically when it's parked for extended periods. Selecting off will disable this feature. The unit menu allows you to select English or metric units of measurement. The GPS filter settings enables the GPS filtering based upon your speed, so I recommend keeping this active. Enabling the auto learn feature enables your detector to learn and block out known false alert locations. One of our most frequently asked questions is, what if this location is automatically blocked out and a real cop decides to use radar at this location? Well, first off, the auto learn feature will not block out Ka band or laser, only K and X band. Now, the chances of having an officer shoot a K band radar gun on the exact same frequency and location are extremely rare. So I recommend setting auto learn to on, unless you don't mind false alerts. The cruise alert enables double beep tones below a specified speed. The default is 20 miles per hour. The overspeed alert menu will alert you when your speed exceeds a set speed limit. Personally, I set this to 90 because of the higher speed limits here in the Southwest. The display color option enables you to select the color of your display between amber, red, green, and blue. The speed on display option allows having the speed limit of the road you're traveling on displayed on your detector and phone. Now, I don't recommend counting on the speed as being accurate, so instead, please pay attention to the speed limit signs posted on the roadway. Now that you're becoming an expert in programming your detector, the next option enables you to program the more advanced settings of your detector. So switch this setting to advanced. Your next options are band settings. First, we have laser. Now realize, even though your detector may warn you of a laser alert, it's often too late. The officer has already captured your speed. Because of this, I recommend having a passive or active laser protection product along with your detector, such as the veil stealth coating or a laser jammer. Next, we have the pop setting. Now I refer to pop as poop. The only police radar gun that has pop is MPH Industries, and the only state to have an open contract with them is Nevada. So here's something many people don't know. An officer cannot write you a citation if he's using pop mode, as it only can be used to obtain an estimate of your speed. Now, if you enable pop mode, you're basically opening up the sensitivity of your detector by reducing its filtering. Because of these factors, I recommend keeping pop mode off. Next, we have Ka band and K band. As these are the most used police radar bands in the U.S., I recommend keeping these on. As previously discussed, X-band is seldom used anywhere with the exception of New Jersey, so I recommend turning it off unless you're driving there. Next, we have the TSR settings. TSR stands for Traffic Flow Sensors, which are sensors placed along the highway in some areas to monitor the flow of traffic. The problem with these sensors is that they pollute the airways with K-band, causing your detector to alert. And what else pollutes K-band are the new adaptive cruise control car sensors manufacturers are installing in cars today. By activating TSR in your settings, you're blocking any short bursts of K-band that your detector may pick up, effectively blocking out these traffic flow and adaptive cruise control sensors. The last group of settings is the marker settings that will appear on your Escort Live map while you're driving. My personal recommendation is to activate all of them. This completes our 3-part series on using Escort Live, and I hope you enjoyed our time together while also learning some new things about radar detectors. If you did, please do me a favor, and that's by sharing the love by pressing one of the social sharing icons on this page. And right below this video, there's an area for you to leave your comment or questions. This is Radar Roy from radarbusters.com. Thank you for watching, and please remember, drive safe, drive smart, but most of all, drive protected.